23 ABC Chief Meteorologist Brandon Michaels here with a weather update. Recording this just a little before 11 a.m. on Christmas morning. And we are tracking rain and wind heading our way. As we take a look outside, this kind of tells the story. You can see the gloomy skies building in. The rain is off in the distance. Hasn't really hit Bakersfield yet, just before 11 a.m. And if we were to leave this camera long enough, we'd see it shaking around too. We have had some already gusty winds here in the valley. Going to start with the winds, actually, because a wind advisory does remain in effect here in Kern County. In the valley, gusts up to 30 or 40 miles per hour are possible. We've actually already seen that here Christmas morning, and even stronger gusts possible in our mountain areas. Winds are expected to die down as the rain moves in. So behind the first band of rain, we should get some calmer conditions here. So winds are kind of at their strongest right now and will be gradually dying down through the day as the rain passes. Here's that rain. Again, I'm recording this just a little bit before 11 a.m., starting to make its way into Kern County here as we head through the remainder of the late morning and early afternoon hours. We're going to see that progress off to the east. Pretty much everyone is going to see rain here, but not nearly as heavy or as long-lived as the rain we had yesterday. So the impact's not quite as significant. Still potential for some impacts here, but it's not going to be as much rain. Much like yesterday, some clearing as we get into the evening hours with some lingering showers, lighter showers in our mountain and desert areas. Another shot of moisture seems likely late overnight into Friday morning. And we will see some additional showers and maybe even some rumbles of thunder here and there through the day on Friday before things start to clear out again as we head into Friday evening. You do see a little bit of blue there on Futurecast. Snow is possible with this system, even as low as 4,500 feet by the tail end of the storm, but I really don't think accumulating snow or significant accumulations are likely. Rain is still by far the primary threat here, especially when it comes to travel. Again, not nearly as much rain as yesterday. We saw pretty much the entire county picked up at least an inch of rain between Tuesday night and Wednesday. We're going to add on top of that now. We're looking at probably a quarter to a half inch is the most likely scenario for us here in the valley. Desert areas up to about a third of an inch. Another half inch to an inch for most of our mountain areas. And potential for an inch or more, again, down toward Fraser Park, Lebec, the Grapevine communities there. And that's where we had already about 4 inches between Tuesday night and Wednesday. So already very saturated soils in our higher elevation communities, which is why flooding impacts are still possible. Flood watch remains in effect through Friday for all of Kern County. So things like flooding of low-lying areas. We had a lot of those yesterday. Some issues with mud and rocks. But again, I do want to keep bringing this up. This is not going to be as intense or as widespread as yesterday. So while we're likely to see some rain-related impacts and some travel impacts here, they should not be as severe or as widespread as what we saw over the past 24 hours. Let's get a look ahead in time. Again, a good chance for showers into Friday, even some lingering activity into Saturday. And we're going to keep an eye on next week. It does look like weather could get a little bit more active. Again, at this point, does not look nearly as strong as the series of storms that has moved through over the past 24 to 48 hours, but still something we're going to keep an eye on. And again, everyone's going to get a shot for some rain, and even a little bit of snow is possible early on Saturday. Systems are showing a potential for a few snowflakes there towards the desert. I do not think that is likely. In general, again, our main concern is going to be rain for the next 24 hours.